Oh, so I got the chair, and then Mariel comes back. She goes, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's a free chair." And I thought she would be hyped about it because it's a free chair. Mm-hmm. But what she said, she goes, "You don't get furniture in this house without asking me first. It's my house as well." Well, guess what? The chair is still here, bitch. And I just to keep.
Does she watch this podcast?
I hope not. And I will say this: the chair is still here, and now I don't even like that chair that much. I sit on it every day just to prove a point.
He petty.
Oh, I'm petty wop.
Petty
dude.
wop.
I'm straight petty wop. That's my chair. That's a free ass good chair.
I think we bond on our petty wop.
100%.
Yeah, we both petty as fuck.
Yeah, man. Like high school was such a trip for us too, because we were talking about in the podcast before it didn't get retorted. Before it did get retorted.
Yo, we had an educator, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, you were educated and stuff. Well, you had a little smart. Keep talking genius brain.
Before it did get retorted.
Oh, you retorted.
But we had a high school reunion, and the high school reunion was so funny because, man, it was such an odd experience for us because number one, when I pictured a high school reunion, I pictured it like the stuff that I saw on the movies. In the movies, right?
Yeah.
You'll see a couple of people that probably didn't look as spiffy as they did before. There was other people that would bloom and look better.
Yeah.
But I walked in that place and everybody looked like shit. I was like,
we bloomed.
Yeah, I think we bloomed comparatively speaking, right? So I went back and I was like, some of y'all are very interesting because we had a few friends that still lived in high school and they would talk about high school like it was the peak of their lives, which is funny because high school was not a peak for me at all.
I know.
It was one of those moments that I wanted to move past and then just start fresh again.
Well, I mean, it's the only system where it's almost like it's like the factory.
Yeah. Pull the strip closer to your face.
I'll lean closer. Get this thing out of my face.
No, you could just move it to your face.
I could move it to my face.
Yeah.
Technology.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Anyways, it's basically like we have it's like a mass production of education. We don't have anything catered. Nothing is catered specifically. We're all in the same school. We're doing all the same regimen. And then when you get out of high school, you get to choose your path. It's just like no freedom. We're just like basically mass market schooling. And then, unless you're at a Waldorf or some like Montessori or whatever, and your parents were fortunate enough to get you into one of those educational systems, like you're in the public education system, you're eating whatever they shove down your throat. Yeah. So I think like for most people like creatives like yourself, it's not going to be a great atmosphere except for the jokes. The jokes and the stories. The jokes are the best and the stories are the best, man. I had such an eclectic group of friends. When I look back at it, I think the cool thing about high school or the way that I chose to navigate through high school, I had a lot of different friends. Like I didn't really stick to one group. I think I just generally got along with a lot of people up to a certain extent. Because I had my really close friends there, and they were really good people. But I also had like these anime nerd geek friends, and then I also had a bunch of churlish friends. Oh, you gotta love the churlish ones. Yeah. Yo, do you remember fucking? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's doing pretty well now. But this guy, let's not say his name, but because he might watch the shit. But he was so fucking annoying. What did he look like? He was an Indian cat. Oh yeah, never mind. Say no more. Say no more. But there was this one cat that used to fucking piss me off in high school. He not just pissed me off. He would piss everybody off. Yeah. Because he was such a habitual fucking liar. Yeah. And growing up as a kid, my dad fucking hated lying so much he would beat my ass consistently. Is that why? Is that why you beat my ass that one time? That's why I beat your ass for lying about the watermelon slices, you stupid son of a bitch. Yo, first of all, we got to give people context. We can't just jump into the So one time when me and David were hanging out early in our relationship, I was talking like we're like a gay couple again. Anniversary. Anyways, like we're hanging out at David's house. We after school eat some watermelon slices like some young men would do. I forgot where I put my. You about to say like some young black man would do, like some young hood people would do. Yeah. Yo, you got that watermelon? Yeah. Yo, I got 2. Oh man, what's up? Let's go. Let's run it. Some people go home and smoke, man. We went home and we ate watermelon. We went home to eat tropical fruit. Yeah. So we're just eating a watermelon, and then I left my peel on his sink counter, and I forgot that was mine or whatever. And he's like, whatever. Like 5-10 minutes later, he's like, hey, is that your peel? And I was like, reflexively, I was like, nah. And he's like, oh yeah, it's yours. I threw mine away. And I was like, why'd you ask? He's like, I want to see if you're gonna lie. And this fool proceeded to pin my arms down and just punch me. And I was like, what kind of relationship is this? I literally put my knee on his arms and I started socking his arms until they both went dead. That shit was so fucking funny. I was like, this guy
has some issues. Who hurt him?
No, you hurt me with those lies, watermelon boy. Fucking lied about those slices.
First of all, watermelon boy offends my people.
Shut your ass up, dude. You stupid son of a bitch.
So anyways, yeah, so lying. Anyways, I'm glad you found Muay Thai now. He's found an outlet for his inner rage.
Now I hit people who are voluntarily wanting to be hit.
And you don't stab people anymore either.
That's right. See, I've evolved as a human being.
Yeah, he did stab somebody in elementary school, but it was an accident.
It was a complete accident, and it was well deserved. So
he had it coming. The stabbing.
He had it coming. He should have dodged.
He wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, he wasn't fast enough. That's on you, homie.
Yeah, we blaming victims here. You know what I mean? GeniusBrain.
But there was this dude in high school. Not gonna say his name. Fucking funny how much of a habitual liar he was. He was such a bad liar that his lies just never made any sense. Like everybody would rat him out. And our buddy Rene, this motherfucker would call him out all the time. And I remember he did it once, and it was like our English class. And he was basically lying about him having it was like what do you call that shit? A turbo kit in his Scion.
Oh, in his car. Yeah.
So mind you, I know for a lot of people out there, like, oh, a Scion is not a big deal. But when you grow up in a broke ass neighborhood, somebody getting a brand new car is a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
So he had this like Scion TC, and then he was talking big shit, saying like, yo, I got this fucking turbo shit.
You just identified him. In the hood, everybody knows whose car is
Sacramento,
who.
everybody knows who the fuck that is, but
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Got it.
But either way, like he would lie about this bullshit. Like he would have a turbo kit for his fucking Scion, and so this dude Rene that we know. He doesn't. You want to talk? You would think I'm crass. Rene is crass, and Rene would get tired of his bullshit so much. He would call him out. He goes, "Cool. Well, I'm gonna go over to your house tonight, and then we'll see that kid. We'll see. Let's hook it up together." Because Rene knew about cars.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh no, what I meant is I bought it, but it's not in yet." It's like, yo, bro, fucking stop that shit. And then I remember when the new Xbox 360 came out, he was like, "Yo, I got the new Xbox. It's fucking dope as hell." And then Rene. Without a fucking beat that was missed, he goes, "Cool, I'm gonna come over to your house and play that shit tonight." And he'd be like, "Nah, I mean, I ordered it. It's not in yet." He would lie about everything.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think high school was like this big, it's a weird place of insecurities, and that those insecurities would manifest in such weird ways. And I think, like, for that individual lying, for other people to be very quiet. I know you and we had our own like personal insecurities that we had to get past. But now, like, but I do think those insecurities help kind of form you, right?
Yeah.
And then like how you choose to react to them make you who you are today.
Yeah.
I don't know why he lied, but
I can't figure out the source. I think he just had like a mental problem where like he just habitually lied about everything. It actually carried through college because we actually knew people that knew him in college.
Really?
And so one of our friends, he went to Davis.
Oh, he did. Oh, yeah. Because I transferred in, so I never really.
You never really crossed paths with him, but
I tried not to.
He dormed up with one of our buddies.
He did,
and he told me that eventually everybody that was living in that house together hated him because he got caught up in all of his lies. He would lie about everything.
Yeah.
And so people originally gravitate towards him because he has. He's like, I guess he can be very likable, right?
He's a very likable guy.
And then after a while, like. It's weird when somebody lies about shit that clearly is a lie. You know, like there's no way that anybody would believe you. And so, people were already skeptical about the stuff that he was saying, but I guess like finally what happened was like people in that house just blew up at him and they just started calling him out on shit and he couldn't back any of the stuff up. And eventually he just had to bounce and then nobody ever talked to him after that. But, I forgot who I met up recently. Oh, I met up the guy that lived with him because he was visiting, so he works for the state, so I guess he comes out to LA every now and then. And so we met up, and he told me that he's married now. He has like a wife and shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what kind of fucking psycho bitch is fucking marrying him?
I hope they're happy.
Not me, dude. I wish the worst upon that motherfucker. I hated that guy.
It's something that when I was learning psychiatry and like there's different like kind of personality disorders, and there's different personality types. I think we all kind of have in our head the idea of like a narcissist, and then we have people like codependent. Basically, they were saying like, and then the psychiatrist was kind of being a little facetious, but also like a lot of truth is said in jest.
Yeah.
So she's like, the narcissist likes to talk about themselves, this and this, blah blah blah, and then the codependent, like definitely needs somebody who's there and strong and all that. It's like, actually, narcissist and codependent, they get along quite well in a couple. And she's like, just showing that for everybody who's broken, there's somebody to compliment them. And I was like, oh, that's kind of beautiful.
You know, it's funny as you say that. I actually remember why because a lot of people, you know, they fib and they lie, and it doesn't really bother me that much. I remember why I don't like the way he lies. I didn't like it because when he would lie about something, he would lie about something to make him look great and make you look like you're beneath him.
Yeah.
I have better things than you. I have nicer things than you. And I called him out on his bullshit once because we had the same history class, and then he comes in and he aces the test, right? Yeah. And then, you know, the teacher comes up and he goes, hey, you studied really well last night. You got an A. He goes, oh, I didn't read the book at all. And I looked at him. I was like, bitch, how the fuck do you know about this random stuff at world history if you never studied it? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. I was like, yo, because what he wanted to do was say that I don't study and I'm smarter than everybody else. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just claim it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I worked hard and I did well.
But it was his point to always lie about things to show that he was better than people. That's the reason why.
With like the Turbo Kid and all that too.
Exactly.
It was stunting on people.
Yeah, and you're saying that a bunch around people who don't have a lot of money. I think his parents were decently well off compared to us.
Yeah.
So it's like, dog.
I think that's also because we're from like, I don't know, I don't want to call South Sac the gutter. There's a lot of gutters in the world. And,
yeah.
But I would say that we're definitely economically under resourced. Yeah. Right. So and I think your parents are immigrants. My parents are immigrants. We didn't grow up with much. But so I think like anytime anyone treats me less than. Yeah. And I think you have the same trigger. I think that's why we vibe. You know, we just react with this not anger, but just like passion. It's like fuck you. You better than me? You think you're better than me? Fuck you. Yeah. and I think that's like what has served me in school. I mean, I went the traditional route. I went to college. I went junior college. Then I did undergrad. Then I did med school after like, you know, going to Ecuador for a bit of time. Med school, and now I'm like finishing up residency. But like part of like the biggest motivation is like, it's like, oh, you can't make it because you black and you from the hood. I'm like, fuck you.
I'm gonna be a doctor.
Watch me, bitches.
And then when your children are sick, I ain't gonna heal them.
What? Nah.
I'm gonna give them fake shots.
You also supporting Rob Schneider right now and his anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you kids I gave them vaccines and I didn't. And I'm gonna send them to a foreign country. They're gonna get measles.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's what I would do if I was a doctor, which is why I'm not a doctor.
I'm glad you would get arrested.
That's right, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That's me. Stupid. I'll fucking kill all you motherfuckers.
You know, let's stick with the entertainment, the art. I think you're killing that game. I'll do the doctor style.
That's right, little children.
Why'd you say that and just like stroke your Woody the Pooh?
No, we're good. What the fuck were you saying?
I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, but either way, man, there was some weird fucking characters in high school, man. There was this part too. Well, I really want to put this shit in the script, but
what?
You know, we said this on the other podcast, and I was lightweight regretting that I had mentioned the story, but I'm gonna do it again. Say it again. The Innocent Eight.
No. I was like, you're not gonna bring it up twice.
Yo, so back in the day, right? So you guys had Instagram and all this other shit where you guys would DM each other. Well, we had this shit called AIM, and I'm pretty sure it's still around, but it's AOL Instant Messenger. Everybody had their weird screen names. I was like Kimchi Panda Boy 87 or some shit like that. But there was this group of girls that I used to hang out with, and they called themselves the Innocent Eight. It was like the most wackest thing I've ever heard in my life. And the other guy group that we hung out with, or they hung out with them the most, they called themselves the Evolution 7, just to fuck with them, just to make fun of them. It wasn't like some real shit, but they were saying that to fuck with them.
Yeah.
But eventually the Innocent Eight broke up. And the reason why they broke up, this was like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I guess some of the girls were more close to the other girls. And so when they would go to the mall, sometimes they would invite some of the other girls.
Like when they go to the mall and take those pictures with like all the smoke.
With all the stars and shit. You know, the Asian
like backdrop. But you know, people used to give out their pictures of their clique, like trading cards.
I got a couple myself that I regret. And then fucking what happened was, I guess that kind of like came to a head and they split, and the Innocent Eight became the Dumb Fuck Fours. And so they split into a group of fours. And at this time, this drama was some heated ass shit, because these girls, some of them, they were on route to becoming valedictorians and shit.
Yeah. Smart girls.
Yeah. One girl, her whole family went to our same high school. She has a big ass family, and she, because of the drama that she had with these girls, didn't get to graduate with honors because she got into a fucking fight.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was her and her other friend who recently got married, and
David made some great, not so covert names for her.
yeah, I'm not gonna do it on this one.
You're good. Dude. See, there is learning.
Yeah, we're just gonna call her Vietnamese. So
Vietnamese.
Vietnam Squared came up, and so there was a fight that they had after school where this bitch stomped the shit out of this other girl's head. Yeah. She literally Usher A-Town stomped her ass out.
A-Town stop.
Like I remember because the girl that she beat up, she was. I think the thing that they didn't like about her was she kind of pretended to be a really sweet girl, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
But either way, that girl could not defend herself because this girl, Vietnam Squared,
she's strong.
Yo, I'm talking about if she was. I guarantee you, in a previous life, she was a pit bull. She fucking was.